So what are React portals? Portals in React is in the end a concept that allows us to project or render a React component in a different place than it normally would be rendered. Normally, the side drawer would be rendered as part of our main navigation and therefore wherever this main navigation is rendered. Now with a portal, we can mark a new place in our HTML file, so in public index.html, where we want to render our portaled content. In this case, I will add a new div in front of my root div here, and I will name this drawer hook. The name is totally up to you. So this has an ID of drawer hook, and it's outside of the root div. It's next to it, in front of it. This is where I want to render my side drawer. So now back to the side drawer, we have to tell React that it should render this content here. For that, I'll first of all store my JSX content in a new constant. You can do that. You can do with JSX whatever you can do with a regular JavaScript expression. So you can also store it in variables or constants, not just return it. And what I will return is something different than before. We need to import React DOM from React-DOM. This is the other part of the React library, which thus far we only used to render the React application itself here in index.js. Well, turns out React DOM has more than just a render method. We can also use React DOM.createPortal. And now we tell React which content to render where. And there I point at content, so what's stored in this content constant. And then we need to select a place in the DOM where this content should be rendered when this component is mounted, when this component is used. And here I want to get an element by ID in my HTML page, and there I use the ID I just assigned there, which is the drawer hook. Now if we save that, we see the same result as before, but semantically this is now rendered differently, which I like a bit more. It's inside of the drawer hook now. Now, isn't the end of the world if you don't do it like this. It is not even bad, but I find it interesting to also dive into portals here and show you this alternative. It's especially intriguing if side drawer would be included in some deeply nested component and you would otherwise render it somewhere deeply inside your element tree in the DOM. Well, then a portal might be especially nice because it allows you to render the content of a component in a different place than the component itself. The component is part of the component tree, so to say, and the content is rendered somewhere else. That's a portal. That doesn't solve our problem that the drawer is always visible and not animated though. So let's work on that.